up, dude?
Yo, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, man.
Dude, I was about to hit that note too.
Yeah, my bad, dude. I didn't mean to do that to you.
No, it was good, like comedic timing. Oh,
What's up, dude?
what's up, man? Dude, I just barely sat down in time for this. We got that hot chocolate, of course, marshmallows, cinnamon, and I got them cookies.
Dude, I stopped at 2 places after work today trying to see if they had them.
Dollar General didn't have these?
So I went to Family Dollar,
Mm-hmm.
which is a little worse. They don't have as much stuff as Dollar Jenny does.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to the CVS right near my house.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have them either.
Dude, that's rough, man.
But I do have this.
Ooh, that looks dank.
Found it in my fridge. I don't know where it came from. So I'm gonna eat that at some point.
Dude, somebody's gonna be like, "Yo."
There was a bunch of them. I wouldn't have just
cool.
taken it by itself. I got a Wawa hot chocolate. It's pretty good. And then I got a little mini Dr. Pepper.
Classic.
So I'm pretty much ready for the show. Is how I'm feeling.
I had a 3 o'clock Red Bull today, which is very rare.
Really?
On some shit, yeah.
Dude, I can't drink Red Bull.
It's like
it just I just don't need it. I'll just drink a coffee if I'm gonna drink anything.
Nobody needs Red Bull, but here we are.
Dude, I have a coworker who drinks upwards of like 2 to 3 Red Bulls every day.
That's too many Red Bulls, dude.
And when I say every day, I mean every day.
Dude, it's strictly too many.
Our boy Old Restless is in the house.
What's up,
a Merry Christmas to you, sir.
Yeah, happy holiday season.
Tip my hat to you.
Wow, it's nice.
real gentlemanly. Dude, I'm so excited to be doing our Christmas show tonight, man. I fucking love Christmas. Like, it is far and away the best holiday.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
And people might assume that I really am like a Halloween guy for understandable reasons. And I very much enjoy Halloween. But man, Christmas is like, I just love it.
It's just such a vibe. And you like us, like many other people, you grow such like a fond relationship with it as a kid that like you don't shake that completely.
No, it's kind of like I'm trying to chase that feeling of being a kid, and you never can. It's like chasing the dragon in that South Park episode.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
But in that active pursuit is kind of like you just kind of have to do that, and even if you don't recapture the feeling, you at least got to try.
I kind of want to talk about that. We'll get into it in a little bit, but like I kind of have something I want to talk about that's like that's related to.
Dude, anything and everything is on the table. We're kind of doing this talks from the shelf style. So we got 4 movies that we want to talk about. You recommended to me 2 just normal Christmas movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I recommended to you 2 Christmas horror movies.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
And I'm very excited to get your thoughts on both of them. Yeah, dude. But before we get into that, just how's your December going so far, man?
Dude, December's cool. It's kind of crazy. It's already the 10th. I feel like I was just down there. Like I feel like I just got back up here.
Mm-hmm.
But that was like 2 full weeks ago now. Yeah, it's been chill. I'll be back down in like literally a week and a half. December is pretty quiet for me work-wise, so stuff's been chill. Just copped a TV. It's not here yet. It's coming in Saturday. Last time I had a TV in my place of residence was like 7 years ago, dude.
It's crazy, man.
That's gonna be cool. Yeah,
dude, you're gonna be so chilling when you have that TV hooked up, man.
Dude, I'm gonna be like watching some movies. Very excited.
Dude, and so your Xbox is a Blu-ray player.
Yeah.
So you've effectively got a Blu-ray and DVD player. So like, you can kind of start to build. I mean, you already have one, but you can like consciously buy physical media with the express intention of saying like, I'm watching this at home.
Dude, but if I'm trying to watch a movie on the Xbox, but have the radio playing on the PlayStation, how do I get the audio from the Xbox?
You want both audios?
Yeah. I'm trying to party.
You can't do that, man. Just play some music off your phone.
Ah. Yeah, no, it's gonna be sick though.
It's a great reference. Dude, yeah, you're gonna be really happy with that, man.
Dude, how about just like before we get into the movies that we're actually talking about, what are your like just go to like all right, December, Christmas time, these are the movies that I definitely gotta watch throughout the season?
So like there's all the obvious ones, right? So like A Christmas Story, specifically on Christmas Day, you kind of everyone famously like will, you know, look at glance at the TV throughout the day, and like, and the movie will be on like a different part, and so you're just kind of catching glimpses of the movie.
Oh, what, A Christmas Story?
Yeah.
How it just like runs all day?
Yeah, so like you'll just look over at the movie and it'll be on a different part, and then it just starts over again. So you'll be like, wait. So it's just kind of a comforting thing because it's just always there.
I fucking love that movie, dude.
What's up, Eli?
What up, Eli?
How's it going, man? How's your Christmas going, bro?
Slash that shit.
Let me know what Christmas movies you guys are watching, by the way, as well. All through the show, I really want to. That's what we're here to talk about, really, is just kind of Christmas movies and memories.
Dude, Rix, I feel like they're like you say, like, oh, all the obvious ones. But I feel like there's probably ones that people watch that I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that was a thing.
Okay, yeah, sure. So it is all relative. So like for me, right, Christmas Story, obviously on Christmas Day. Christmas Vacation, always is, so it's like those two are kind of like neck and neck.
Mm-hmm.
Like for most people, like what's the best objective best? Kind of a coin flip for either one.
Sure.
I lean towards A Christmas Story. It's more of just like a classic feeling movie. It's just
the vibes are the vibes are just crazy.
But Christmas Vacation has crazy vibes too.
Mm-hmm.
But I just lean towards Christmas Story because it's just so classic. Like the time period it's set in is kind of like that classic kind of Americana sort of like drive-ins and burgers, and not even really that, I guess, but you know what I mean, like a Coca-Cola. It just feels like a Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Old Restless shouting out Christmas Vacation and Krampus. Krampus rules. Krampus came out 2015. Honestly, dude, that's another one I would recommend.
I know. I haven't seen that.
That's a good one as well.
Yeah.
Chillin', bro. I just watched Chuck Steele, Night of the Trampires. Freaking awesome movie. I've never heard of that, but that's
all one thing.
Chuck Steele, Night of the Trampires. I guess they're like vampires and they're tramps. Is kind of what
sounds sick.
Sounds sick, dude. I'm gonna have to look that up. I've never heard of that. I don't even. Doesn't sound like a Christmas movie. Maybe it is though. Either way, that'd
be a twist.
You can watch whatever, dude. That's my thing, right? Like in January, ever since I started doing YouTube, I like to do my like top 10 of the year. And then like throughout the year, I'm maintaining a list on Letterboxd of all the movies that I'm still trying to see. And then like I'll move them over to my other list of like my movies that I've seen of the year ranked. So I have two current lists, and I'm kind of moving movies from one list over to the other, and then kind of ranking them. And I still have like 15 movies left from this year that I'm trying to see.
Dude, you got like not that many days.
I never get to all of them. But then it's like I feel like I need to see as many of them as I can. Because then my top 10 list is not definitive, and I want it to be as like definitive as possible. So the top 10 list usually comes out sometime in like the first week of January anyway. So it's like, you know, it's never going to be like right on time, I guess is what I'm saying.
Sure.
But it doesn't matter that much. But yeah, I still need to see that Marty Supreme. I got to see the new Knives Out. I'm gonna probably go see that new Avatar movie. Then there's like a bunch of like indie stuff like Sentimental Value. Trying to see Hamnet.
Trying to see Hamnet looks sick.
Hamnet looks dope. Trying to see Blue Moon. Trying to see that new Park Chan Wook movie. No Other Choice. I never saw Smashing Machine when that came out. So
Well, me neither.
and then so I'm trying to watch shit like that, and then I'm also trying to watch as many Christmas movies as I can. And I always just feel like I'm like never doing as much as I should be in December. We got Hollow Notes in the chat. My boy, what's good?
What's up? What it do, Holland?
Hollow and Eli saying hi to each other.
I'm gonna have to slurp this a little bit to get through these marshmallows, so I apologize for any of the slurps. It's like a marshmallow crust thing going on.
Dude, when you made me that when I was up there, it's phenomenal. It's honestly making this Wawa hot chocolate look like a fucking some like dirt water.
It's very dank.
Yeah, dude. All right. I don't want to wait anymore. I want to get into your thoughts on
Yeah, what are we starting with?
We got to start with Black Christmas, bro.
Dude. Maybe I'll get my notes.
Yeah, I'm representing.
Wow. Well, it's fucking dude, that's sweet. Wow,
Claire.
Dude, that's a gnarly shirt to like wear out into the world.
I don't get to wear this often. Holland said couldn't hear it slurp louder.
All right, I got you next. I got you on the next one.
You need to check out Chuck Steele or Attacks of the Demons. I'm gonna look them up, man. I'm gonna see what's going on there. Might have to wait till January, but I'm gonna get to it.
All right, here we go. All right, dude. Black Christmas was fucking sick. I was not prepared for what it was. I wasn't really sure what to expect. I wasn't really sure what to think going into it. If anything, I might have thought that it was going to be like campier. It's very not. It's very not campy. Like
it's pretty serious.
Yeah, it's like aggressively not campy.
It's pretty
not in a bad way.
Pretty dour movie.
It starts like right off with that like distorted kind of like Christmas hymn music, and like that alone, I was like, oh no, like that was already bugging.
Dude, isn't that shot of the house so creepy?
Dude, it's really sick. Yeah,
with
the
that
house fucking creepy.
With that choir, because it's like, I think normally that's it's all depending on the tone, right? Like, but you're sitting down to watch a horror movie, so that music right away is like inherently creepy.
Dude, if you had that house with just like regular Christmas music, you'd be like, ooh, it's like old cozy house.
There's a family in there making cookies and shit.
Yeah, but like the same shot, right? It would have felt cozy. Or if you had that same music with like a overtly spooky house, it would have been like, all right, this is spooky. But the juxtaposition of having like that house with that music, and that's like the first thing that like the movie gives you, is just like, I'm like, all right, like this is not gonna be good, but I don't know what's going on. And you spend a lot of time outside the house before you actually go in. You watch, I forget who, but one of the girls like shows up, has to get like let in, and it's like a whole thing, and you're kind of just like outside the house for like a minute or two.
You're from Billy's POV,
right? Which you also don't even realize.
Yeah,
at first
you don't know who you're living through vicariously in that scene, and then he climbs up the terrace there into the attic. But before that,
I think you get the inside shot of the girls in the living room and stuff for a couple minutes first, right?
Yeah, dude, and it really evokes this feeling of like, because I'm working on a video for this movie. Spoiler alert. So a lot of this is like fresh in my mind. But it's like that feeling of like, you know how when you're in a house at night and the lights are on and you're looking out the window and you can't see, but you know that them outside can see at you. That's kind of like what's happening. And when you know that it's like this guy who's just on some absolutely diabolical shit, it just is so creepy,
dude. He just like
dude, he's kind of like moaning and like just making noises a lot throughout the film,
dude. Yeah, and So we don't need to. I'm sure everybody here has like seen it. I'm not gonna like, recap the whole movie, but this movie does the thing that we talk about a lot, which is like we talk a lot about like wanting to feel respected as the audience, right? And
Mhm.
like, don't just fucking hand me everything. Like, make me do some work. Leave me like I'd rather leave a movie with like good questions than like leave with being like, all right, cool, I totally understood all that, whatever. And this movie like very much like everything happens and it kind of gives you some stuff and then it's like, all right. Like peace. Yeah, dude.
Dude,
Dude.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Well, I
No.
was just gonna say it's very much, you know, that it's the Christmas Halloween. You know,
Hmm.
those two movies share a lot of the same like DNA, in my
Hmm.
opinion. And yeah, it's just so good.
Dude, this was a much kind of like wider movie because like you've described it as that before, as like the Christmas Halloween. And this was 74, right?
Hmm. Yeah,
Halloween
78.
70. Whoa. Whoa. Um, this was a much like the story was like wider, if that makes sense. Like there's more going on, there's more people involved, there's more like kind of elements to it.
I
And
think
not
it
saying that
takes.
that's
I don't know. Good.
not saying that that's like a strictly good thing or bad thing, but for me, like that, I was surprised to see that. Like I thought it was gonna be like a campier thing, and we're just in this house, and like there's this group of girls, and there's like somebody getting in, and they're just getting like picked off one by one, and then the final girl fights them and kills the Christmas killer guy and leaves. Like that's like if I had to have assumed like what it was gonna be, that would have been my guess, and that is not how this goes.
It's kind of like that. Like he is kind of picking them off. But the way it's done is so like he really manages to like not really alert any like trigger any alarm bells
Hmm.
until the veil's completely lifted
Hmm.
by the end. And the fact that you never see Billy,
Even then,
you'd have no idea. And furthermore, they never catch him.
dude, he's still up there.
He's still up there.
Dude,
And you know who else is still up there? Fucking Claire, dude.
yeah, dude.
Like
And the Mrs.
Mrs. Mac, yeah.
Dude, I was ready for her to get killed, honestly. By the time she died, I was like, let's get her out of here, dude.
Dude, so the movie does have some like how did you feel about the comedy in this movie?
I was
Because
surprised
there's a
by it.
fair bit of it.
I was surprised by it. Uh, I appreciated like the cop stuff back and forth where you have Sergeant Nash, who's like the dude at the desk
Yeah.
at the police station. Fucking stupid. Um,
Fairly incompetent.
yeah, incredibly incompetent. The other guy's like such a like cop.
John
Um,
Saxon.
yeah, he
He
looks
plays a cop in a lot of movies. He's from Nightmare on Elm Street.
got down.
And
Oh
he
shit,
plays a cop in that movie too. And he's probably
um,
played a cop in at least 2 other slasher films, if not more.
dude, doesn't he looks like a 40-something Zac Efron?
Dude, he's a handsome guy.
I feel like he looks like Zac Efron. I agree, he looks like Zac Efron. No, the comedy didn't. It did surprise me. Um, most of it was fine. I wasn't crazy about what was her name, Mrs. The lady that
Mrs.
um
Mac, the house mother.
Mrs. Mack was kind of annoying.
Yeah, so I would have to guess. Also, real quick, our boy Sydney is in the house. What's up, brother?
Let's go, Sydney.
Um, I would have to assume that is because. So the director is Bob Clark, Canadian filmmaker. He directed A Christmas Story.
Wow.
I know I've told you
Whoa.
that before, but you might have.
Sure.
I'm sure you know, it's fine. So like a totally useless piece of information.
You're like, it's fine. It's cool.
No, I mean it's literally not the kind of thing that you're gonna be like. Got to make sure I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Kent's here.
Wow.
Yeah, hey Kent.
What's up, Kent?
What's up, bro?
Poor
So
guy.
I would have to assume that's because. So Christmas Story is a bit of it's like a comedy,
Definitely.
and then he also directed a movie called Porky's, and
Mhm.
Porky's is basically, it's a boner comedy. Basically, it's an
Nice.
'80s boner comedy. It's like Revenge of the Nerds. or Weird Science.
I feel like I got it. Yeah. I feel like I've seen
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
it's really like the progenitor of like Superbad and movies like that we enjoy now.
Yeah.
So he seems to have had a comedy background, so I think that's what he kind of put in.
It just
And
naturally works its way into a script.
the movie is incredibly dour, so like I could have done without like Mrs. Mack like finding liquor bottles.
Dude, why is she? My fourth note is ew. Why is she hiding all the alcohol? Dude, she like reaches into the top of the toilet and like brings the chain up, and there's just like a little bottle of brandy.
Yeah, dude. I'm like,
sherry wine.
Yeah, and then she like puts her lips on it.
Yeah, dude. She has a drink. That
was in the toilet bowl.
Foul, dude.
Yeah, no, she can miss me with that. And then so like, yeah, that's kind of I could do without that. And then the whole fellatio joke, which is kind of set up and then paid off like later on in the movie.
Yeah.
And then in that same movie, you have like an abortion subplot. So it's like a little bit of tonal whiplash. I could probably even do without it, but it's fine.
Dude, this movie, I really don't want to skate over how insane some of it is, even relative to like not even like of the era or because it's a Christmas thing, whatever, but just like in general, like the phone call audio. You know, I'm a big audio guy. I appreciate a well-crafted just like piece of audio, regardless of the context. Dude, that shit is crazy. And they never explain jack fucking shit about it.
It's three people who made the soundscape of Billy's voice.
Okay.
It was like a guy named Nick Mancuso, a chick named Anne Sweeney, and then I think Bob Clark himself also did some stuff. And then they kind of all, and dude, it's crazy because it starts out as just like maybe it's like a sexual like prank phone call, like saying shit, and then he's like screaming and like crying and like
and then
saying crazy shit.
And then it starts to have like its own, not plot, not like a storyline that you can actually follow, but like now you start to kind of pick out a couple distinct voices and they're kind of like sort of yelling at each other, kind of having a conversation. He starts saying Agnes. And they're just like, and then like the thing of Billy repeats the thing that there's like Peter and Jess's like kind of B storyline going on, which is sick. Peter kind of sick.
Peter's a dick, dude.
Dude, he's kind of but like, dude, like the piano solo is like a super sick shot.
Peter
like
sucks.
I really like that. And then but so him and Jess have this whole thing going on, and then Billy says something that like Peter essentially said earlier. And then that makes you because they use Peter as like a red herring for a little bit, right?
Up until the end, they assume that it was him.
Well, right, they do. Dude, the only thing I love what they do with the eyes, which is like the main tell for you as the audience. Like you only really get like two shots of Billy, really. The one where he's like this, which is dope, and he has like these very like a chestnut colored eye, very like a reddish brown, and they like it really pronounced. And then again, when he's like in the doorway, just like in like the crack of the doorway, they really make it a point to be like, yo, like, look at this eye, look how saturated, interesting this eye color is. They do that twice. And then at the end, towards the end, when Jess kills Peter and he's like laying on her and they like zoom in on his face and he has those like really bright blue, icy eyes. And it's like a very clear tell of like, yo, like, that's not him. And so I saw that and I was like, oh no. And
dude,
yeah.
So real quick, Sydney's asking, what are your favorite / least favorite Christmas movies? I'll just say my favorite is a Christmas Story, boring answer. And then my least favorite is Office Christmas Party, which is just
what is that?
It's like a dumb 2010s. I think the chick Jill from like Workaholics is in it, if that gives you an idea of like the era that we're in.
Okay.
Not just a dumb movie, not very good.
Dude, I love Santa Claus is one of my favorite. I don't know if I can say my favorite. Santa Claus, Christmas Story, or yeah, Christmas Story are up there. Least favorite? I don't know. I don't have like any that I like actively dislike, or not one that I've seen in a long time.
That's fair. That's a
Yeah.
good, that's a fine answer.
Mm.
Old Restless wants to know what's your favorite boner comedy.
I like how you put boner in all caps.
I think he likes that I referred to Porky's as a boner comedy. I'm hoping anyway.
Super bad, if that counts. I guess it counts.
I think it is, yeah.
I think it's like a bona fide. It's like a
It's a little bit more than just a boner comedy.
it's classy. Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as like pure boner comedy, it doesn't have much else going on. Oh man. I don't know. Jay and Silent Bob almost counts, but not really.
I think he literally has a boner at one point.
He definitely did, dude. I just filled the cup.
Yeah, so I think that counts. That's a good answer. Private School is an underrated one. I've never seen that one.
Oh, dude, Girl Next Door. If
Ooh.
that counts. That's another one though, where like you think that's all it is, and then it's actually a great movie.
That's a little bit more. Yeah, I would say that's not as, because boner comedy is kind of a reductive term.
Mhm.
Bonerfied. I don't know. Is that a real movie, Hollow Notes?
No, but I said Superbad was like a bona fide.
Oh.
Which wasn't even the word I was going for, but yeah.
I thought you did that on purpose.
No,
Like bona fide boner. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Dude, the thing about Black Christmas that I have really been like obsessed with over the past couple days, as I've been working on this video, is so at one point in the movie, we established pretty quickly that Claire's missing.
Mhm.
But then apparently this other girl named Janice is also missing.
Let's please talk about this. Yes.
And I love I'm like the Charlie meme with like all the newspapers and everything, and he's like smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
Because we don't know if Billy is behind this girl's death. It can be heavily implied, but the movie never goes out of its way to say that Billy was the one who killed this girl. So I have a theory that I've looked online a little bit as well, and other people have this thought as well, that there's just like another unrelated killer in the mix.
Dude.
Just like a totally separate thing going on.
That's fucked.
And like, if that is the case, how crazy is that, man?
Like, this is bad luck, dude.
I think the idea of it is so interesting to me, that there could just be like this totally unrelated killing that happened in this same like town or city, like wherever they're at. Because the movie, and I love when movies do this, because that ambiguity of like, because you never tell me otherwise, you leave that door open just a smidge for me to be able to kind of map on my own theory onto the situation. And the movie could have easily had a line or two of dialogue kind of like disproving that, or it happens off screen, because the movie starts and Billy's like at the sorority house, and maybe like it can be assumed that Billy just was we don't know where Billy came from. We don't know who he is or where he came from.
Nah.
He could have been like an escaped mental patient, or he could be like a suburban dad who just went crazy, who lives in the air. Like we literally don't know. So anything goes, really. Like he could have killed the girl Janice on his way to the sorority house,
right?
Or it wasn't even him. We don't know. And I love that.
Dude, that whole like kind of subplot, if you want to call it that, is sort of a mess in the middle, and like not in a bad way, but it's like kind of messy. So it's like so Claire's missing, right? Claire's missing, and then all of a sudden there's just that other lady at the police station who's like, "Yo, like my daughter is missing," right? Who you're talking about?
Yeah,
right, dude. But then, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but I'm almost positive that then they go. So they have that search party, right? So the search party forms to go look for not for Claire, but for
So they're looking for both girls.
okay.
They're looking for both girls because Mr. Harrison and Chris, Claire's boyfriend, and a couple other people, they all go to the police station again
Mhm.
after they first reported her missing and they did the whole fellatio thing.
Mhm.
And John Saxon is there this time. He wasn't there the first time.
Yep.
And he kind of takes them in the back. And I don't remember.
And like
So-
actually listens to them.
Actually listens to them. And then I don't remember in what order this happens, but then well, actually it would make sense if prior to them coming back for the second time, Janice's mom came and said, "Hey, my daughter's missing." But so regardless, the whole point is that the search party is for both girls.
Okay.
Because John Saxon is now made aware of both of them. So it is a little messy, but they are there for both of them. They're because I was confused by this as well. And I had to like go and seek clarity on this. But yeah, apparently,
Dude, but then okay, so all that, but then, and I could be wrong now, but I want to say, at least when I watched the movie, my understanding was that they found a different girl.
they found Janice.
They found Janice?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't actually say it because like all that happens is like a girl screams,
Dude,
and you never even see Janice's body or anything.
Yeah, no, it's like somebody calls Janice's mom over and she goes when she goes to scream. I think that's also too, they do a really good edit where right when she goes to scream, you don't actually hear the audio of her screaming, but you hear the phone start to ring. And then it cuts to them being back in the sorority house and the phone is going off, which is great. But then like Peter or Chris is the other boyfriend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I forget. Maybe it was Peter. One of the guys shows up to the sorority house and asks about did they find like this other girl's mom. This other girl also went missing, and we were with her mom looking for her. And he asked, "Did you find her?" And she says, "Like no, it was somebody. Like we found somebody else." I could be getting this wrong, but that was my understanding when I watched it. So I was like, "Oh, there's like it." They were looking for Claire and Janice, and they have found somebody, and it wasn't either of them. Was my understanding when I watched it, but I could be wrong.
I mean, a quick Google. I mean, it's the AI overview.
Mm-hmm.
So take whatever you want from that. But it says, yeah, they find her.
Okay.
That makes
no sense.
Discovered by a search party in a park, confirming she was the first victim of the killer, Billy. Well, we don't know that, Google. We don't actually know that. That's the thing. They don't say it. And even though it's probably heavily implied, I like the idea that an alternative is possible.
Dude, the movie doesn't outright tell you something like.
We got Alex. We got Alex in the chat.
What's up, bro?
John Saxon takes them in the back. Janice's mom came. Got it,
dude.
Damn, dude. Did I actually say that? That's not good. Question: if you were a director, what actors, actresses would you love to have in your movie? That's such a crazy question because there's just like so many. Off top, I'm gonna say Saoirse Ronan and Margaret Qualley.
Wow, that's strong.
Holler at me. I feel like me and them would get along really well. Like the three of us specifically.
Would you have Saoirse do an accent, or are you going like are you just letting her rock with the wherever she's from?
She doesn't even have to say anything. I'm gonna write a role for her with no dialogue.
Oh, that'd be cool. I would. All right, I'm in for that.
Yeah.
What
about you?
The one guy I always wanted, I was like, if I ever make a movie, I have to get Gene Wilder for whatever reason. I was like, I would love to work with Gene Wilder.
Bro, he's been dead for a while.
I know.
Like over 10 years, I think.
Yeah, but I remember from the first time, I remember being a kid and watching Willy Wonka and being like, this movie's super fucking weird. And like, that's my favorite actor. I'm like a little kid.
Dude, Gene Wilder is that boy.
Dude.
Yeah. Alex also says you're wearing the shit out of that Little Debbie snack cake button up.
Dude, Dude, I was like, I need to pull up with something Christmas colored, and this is the only red or green that I own.
I mean, it's pretty fire. It's pretty
Thank
fire. Not even gonna lie.
I appreciate that, Alex.
Dude, what
Oh.
else? What else is there to say about Black Christmas? It's super progressive. Seems like it's a pro-abortion movie. So like,
Wow, yeah, there's that.
that was really, you know, you weren't really seeing that a lot around that time.
This is 50 years ago, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I think prior to prior to 1970, you really weren't seeing anything like this, like being addressed in like mainstream media.
Yeah, I'm seeing what other I'm just checking my other notes.
Yeah, I mean, like just the way the movie ends, like with them, dude. It's literally
Love that shot, dude.
It's literally just Billy and Jess alone in the house again, and Jess is like, they're like they
And
literally
the phone starts ringing, dude.
He's just saying who's there.
Dude, I love the I really like that they like tap the phone and then there's the guy at the phone thing going through, and it feels very like it's very tense, and it's like a, you know, like a thing that's happening,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't feel forced at all. I also just love that old, like that's how phone calls used to work. Like,
Yeah, dude, shit's
so
crazy.
interesting.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't even explain really the process so much. It's very much like a show don't tell thing.
Yeah.
You can just, all you need to know is like you see the guy kind of running around all these fucking like things, all these little modules and shit, and you're just like, oh fuck, like this must have been a fucking process back then. Like
Yeah.
they don't even have to really say it out loud. Even like 50 years later, like we can still gather just by seeing what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, you're kind of able to be like, okay, like that's what that process was like. That seems very complicated.
Yeah, he like says it real quick when he's like tapping the phone, and then they kind of just go and do it. And I couldn't like explain what was happening, but like, yeah, I could follow it.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I guess they're like looking for the one that's like responding the way like that. I don't even know. It's kind of fascinating, honestly.
Dude, there's that, and then I love that they use the same exact phone for like it's that green phone, and it's like the one that's in the sorority house. It's the one that is in the police station that they use for the tap phone. And I think you actually see Billy make a call from like the attic or something at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And he's using the same green phone, which like doesn't really make sense, but that was like a choice that they made for like just to show, like, just like to be like, hey, this is all the same. These are where those calls are going, and like I liked that.
Dude, that concept too of like the calls are coming from inside the house like started here. Prior to this though, it was just like an urban legend that people would like. It came as an urban legend from the 60s about a babysitter, and the babysitter gets a call, and it's someone on the line, and he's like, yo, have you checked the children? I'm gonna kill the kids. And he's like, yeah, like I'm gonna kill them. And then I'm gonna kill you. And she's like bugging out. She's too scared to go check the kids, so she calls the cops. The cops get her to stay on the line with him so they can trace the call. And then they call her back after another call from him, and they're like, yo, get out of the house, get out of the house. So she runs out of the house. The cops are already outside, and the cops are like, yo, it was coming from inside the house.
Dude, that is uncool.
It's fucking creepy. And so this movie kind of borrows some of that, and then kind of changes it around a little bit. So if I'm not mistaken, this is the first movie to have that. And then in 79, they made a movie called When a Stranger Calls. And the first act of that movie is just that story happening. And then the next like hour of the movie is like her dealing with like the fallout of that, and like having to ID the guy in a police lineup and shit. It's not as good as that opening act, because that's like where all the tension is. It's almost like you take the ending of a movie and kind of put it in the beginning,
Mm.
the most interesting part. And then they made a remake of it in 2006. I don't know if you remember that.
I was gonna say it sounds more familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, they made a remake, which was ass. But so like, just that whole concept really kind of comes about here, as far as cinematic form goes.
Interesting. Yeah, that was that was not cool. Because you didn't like I didn't expect that at all. Because at this point you're like, all right, I know he's there, but you don't know like all that is so open ended still. Where you're like he's here, but like and because it's like multiple voices, you're like I guess there's somebody, or I was like I guess there's somebody else somewhere that he's kind of like in cahoots with that's like calling the house while he's also there like killing people. Had no idea what was going on. It was crazy. Yeah.
No, he's just crazy and making all different kinds of voices.
Yeah, no, it's
Like
nuts.
it was just him all along, which is nuts. Yeah, dude, I love this movie. I only watch it during the month of December.
Damn.
But that's how I am with all Christmas movies. You know,
Sure.
I like to wait. And it's just the goat, man. I mean, this is like the blueprint. Like, there's really no other Christmas horror movie that's touching this movie in terms of quality, as far as
Mhm.
I'm concerned.
I have to go. I know I was pretty hard on Halloween when I watched it the first time we talked about it. I have to go back and watch it now, but like I'll have to go back and watch it again. But I like this better. Yeah.
Dude, yeah, it's hard to say. Um, I feel like I'm so biased. Like, I've always loved Halloween so much, and I
Mhm.
saw it way before I saw Black Christmas.
Mhm.
Black Christmas might be better, man. I mean, it's
Really
that
good.
good. Like, as far as capturing the holiday specifically, because like you really do
Mm.
there it really like the 70s like Christmas lights, those huge bulbs, like they show up so great on film,
Mhm.
and it really, captures a lot of like Christmas atmosphere.
Dude, the tree in the sorority house is crazy. It's just drenched in tinsel, which just looks insane.
Yeah. No, it's a
Yeah.
vibe. They were chilling.
Yeah.
Dude, and that's the crazy part is like prior to everything bad that happens, they seem like they're having such a chill time. Like
Yeah.
everyone's like vibing, like people are going home for Christmas. Like and then there's like that shot of Mr. Harrison like standing outside the school,
Oh yeah.
like waiting for Claire, and it's like we know she's not coming.
He gets snowballed. Yeah.
He gets whipped by a snowball, like just the fact that he goes through that movie not knowing what's going to happen.
Dude.
And the way it ends, he still doesn't know. Like he never finds out what happened to Claire.
Dude, well, they gotta go up there eventually, right? Like a cop or somebody has to go up in the attic eventually.
It's just the place that it ends is so crazy. Like the idea of it ending there.
Dude, I was not prepared for it to just end there. And then, like as soon as it started to just like zoom out, I was like, all right.
Bro, I love how it starts out with that clear shot of Claire, and then you start to slowly zoom out more, but you can still see her, but it's like unless you knew to look there, you wouldn't notice.
And there is a cop on the steps like hanging out, and then the phone rings inside, but he doesn't really react to it, and it's just like so it's kind of not necessarily bleak, but like kind of.
Dude, it's fucking it feels like we're kind of going we're being dragged further away from this place where something really bad's about to happen, and it's like we want to do anything but we want to be right there.
Mm-hmm.
We want to see what's about to happen next, and they're like, no, we're just gonna kind of pull back, and
Yeah.
and you're not gonna know what happens.
Yeah.
We got Dark Room reviews. Hey man, good to see you.
What's up, dude?
Just talking about Black Christmas. Oh yeah, where'd my banner go? Dude, yeah, man. Do you have anything else on this movie?
No, it's very good. I'm gonna throw this into this will be part of the December repertoire going forward. Very much
Dude,
enjoyed it.
That's sweet, man. I'm glad you liked it, bro.
Yeah.
These have been great because like we both are watching a lot of movies that otherwise I don't think we would have watched.
Yeah.
No, I did not get it. I like the Ninja Turtle movies, but not enough to get that set. Maybe if it goes down like very significant, I don't even know what it goes for, but not wasn't really my thing. But it looks really nice. Arrow Video does a great job. So yeah, I'm glad that the TMNT heads are like getting an official set of all the movies.
Dude, they're getting sick games too. Who owns TMNT? They're killing it right now.
That's Nickelodeon, I think.
Is it really?
So Paramount.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. All right, man. Let's switch into. If you want to do it in this order, I think we should switch into this
Okay.
movie.
Okay.
Oh, that's weird. It just like goes away. Oh, I have it. It's on a timer.
Mm,
Interesting. Timer off.
that sounds promising. Nice.
There we go. Dude,
This is your first watch of this, right?
I had never seen this before.
Great.
It's a story that is so like universal. They've made like maybe a dozen of these in like
Literally.
various forms, if either literally called A Christmas Carol or like there's one with Bill Murray called Scrooged,
Yep.
which is like a contemporary movie, like set in like modern day 80s or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just Christmas Carol, but it's like modernized.
I think there's like a Muppets one, which would tell you like all you need to know about like how big something is when there's a fucking Muppets version.
Yeah, did you hear that?
Yeah, that was nice, dude. That crack.
Yeah, some ASMR. Dude, so like I felt like for that reason I never really seek these out.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, I'm so glad I watched this because
Let's go.
George C. Scott is fucking Scrooge. Like he's
fired.
He is this character. When he yells, his voice has this like he's like, I will not. I am not. Like he's
Yeah,
like
dude.
very like theatrical.
He's like choking like as he's like yelling.
So George C. Scott is in a lot of horror movies. He was in Exorcist 3, which is a fucking really good movie.
Mm.
And he was also in The Changeling, which is a super classy fucking ghost story from like 1980.
Mm.
So George C. Scott is the boy. R.I.P. And dude, so like how did you first see this movie? Have you always been a fan of this or what happened?
Dude, this was a Greg movie. So
oh shit. Okay.
So I had for people who don't know who the fuck Greg is.
No, probably most people, I would assume.
Yeah, I had he was my stepdad from like 4th grade through like 8th or 9th grade. So and he was a little bit old. So my dad is not like a movie guy at all. So any like movies and stuff I grew up with, stuff like I found for the most part. And Greg was a little bit older, so he was like had a handful of like older movies he liked. And so during Christmas, like that was the first time I watched this. It's a Wonderful Life, Christmas Vacation. I had never seen any of those. And
oh shit.
He was like, bro, like you don't fucking know these movies. And I was like, nah, I'm 9. And he was like, all right, well, we're watching these. And so that was the first time I saw it. Yeah. And it scared dude, this movie freaked me out as a kid. Like my primary reaction overall from this movie, the bunch of first times I watched it was just like, I was like, that was weird.
Just fear.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I love the way that they depict that third ghost.
Dude,
who I guess is just Death. He looks awesome. He's just like he's a little bit too tall to be a person, just a little bit too tall. And like angular and just very thin, and his fingers are like really long. He never talks, and he's just like a black sort of mass. It was so fucking cool, man.
Dude, the first time you see him is like in the graveyard, which is great, obviously, and it's like Scrooge up front, and then all this fog comes, and it's just like a light in the back, and then he just appears there. What do you do, dude?
Dude, it's he kind of like rides with it. Like as well, like when the first ghost arrives and everything, like it doesn't take him that much to like kind of just accept what's happening. Like he's kind of like, oh fuck, all right, yeah, I guess this is what's going on.
Yeah. Well, he still kind of doesn't. I feel like he's like pretty like sort of skeptical.
Yeah,
Still, even. Yeah.
dude. I mean, it's just such a classic story. But like, I think because of that, because I knew like the beats and everything that it hits, I was like looking forward to seeing him embrace the positivity, dude. And like when he does, bro, like I got a little bit emotional too.
Yeah.
Like, because he's like, everyone is just like, this guy is gonna be such a dick to me right now. And then when you realize like how grateful he is to be alive and they'll be talking to them, and their reaction to it is just so wholesome.
Yeah.
Especially when he goes to meet with like his nephew. Is it his nephew and his and her
nephew.
wife?
Yeah.
Or his wife. And like when he gets the turkey for that family and like basically saves, dude, he basically tells Tiny Tim's dad, played by David Warner, who's like a classic English actor. And he's like, dude, I'm gonna fucking make sure that Tiny Tim lives, like if my life depends on it. Like he's like,
he's like, I got look, put it on my tab, like I got you,
dude. He like not only the turkey, but he's like, dude, I'm gonna make sure like that boy, because he's kind of like Tiny Tim's kind of like hanging by a thread. but he's like so up, he's like so upbeat about it. He's like, yeah, like shit's. He's like smiling through it all. He's like, yeah, he's like, this is fine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And dude, just that finale was it's such a great payoff.
Yeah.
In that story. And I want to watch like more. I want to watch more of the Christmas carols. I think there's an animated one with Jim Carrey.
Oh yes, like a 3D animated one.
Yeah, like
yeah,
almost around like Polar Express time.
Yes.
So like with a little bit of that look and feel.
I forgot about that. I've never seen that myself.
I might try to watch it this month because I really want to try to watch more new Christmas movies. Like this will be in my rotation now.
Yeah.
Whereas before, like I really would watch a lot of the same ones every year. I would watch Black Christmas. I would do A Christmas Story. Christmas with the Cranks is my fucking shit, dude.
Oh, I meant for us to talk about that on here. Oh, like we will.
Bro, I love Christmas with the Cranks. I like I'll Be Home for Christmas with Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Do you know who that kid is? He was like a Disney. Look up Jonathan.
Oh, is he
Jonathan Taylor Thomas? He's like that. He was like that Disney boy.
Oh, this kid. Yeah. Okay.
He was that Disney boy.
Yeah.
He's got a movie where he's trying to make it home for Christmas on time, and if he does, his dad's gonna give him like this badass car that the two of them worked on together.
Sick.
But he like a bully like leaves him stranded in the desert. Classic. With like this Santa hat and like glued to his head basically. And like a Santa outfit. So he's got to like trek across country like hitchhiking to get home for Christmas, and he's like going through all these shenanigans. So when I first moved into the place that I'm at right now, one night, it was Christmas Eve, I watched Christmas with the Cranks and I'll Be Home for Christmas like back to back, like a double feature. And the vibes of that night were so high that like I repeated the tradition the following year, and like the year after that. And like I don't do it specifically as much now, but like those two movies, because of that like 3-year run, are just very special. So Christmas with the Cranks more so. Like I really love that movie. It's so good. And so just movies like that. And then so having seen this movie now, Christmas Carol, like I'm getting bored of the same old shit. Like I'm getting bored of Elf. Sure. Elf's great. Elf's fucking great, but like,
dude, hard agree on Elf being great and being good on. We watched Elf Thanksgiving night, like at the end, like once everything is done, Thanksgiving's done, we're cleaned up, and we're just like sitting down, grab one more kind of little piece of dessert.
That sounds like a great time, dude.
Watch Elf then. Yep.
That sounds great. Yeah, no, it's not a movie. It's a movie that I can kind of come and leave the room of my own accord I don't need to be locked in for Elf. Just put it that way.
No, you don't.
So yeah, dude, like I'm glad to have gotten to watch like more. Like I'm gonna seek out more. Like
Nice.
I want to expand my repertoire because there's a lot that you miss out on. You know.
Sure.
Hollow Note says Tim Allen eating that fruit cup is so good. It's when he just got Botox and he's like trying to, and it's just kind of falling out of his mouth.
Dude, Christmas with the Crank is interesting. I meant for us to actually talk about that specifically here, because last year I watched that all the way through last year for the first time. Actually, I'd seen a bunch of pieces of it last year. Watched all the way through for the first time, and a lot of it has, or at least like a few chunks of it, have they're like a horror movie parody.
Yeah.
Which is like really funny, and it's what's her name?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis, and she's like there's like people trying to get into the house, kind of, and then she's trying to like escape the house, and they're like kind of like tracking her down, and it has a lot of that DNA, and it's her, and it was very funny. There's like the scene where they're in the basement trying to hide in the basement, but then the big snowman is just like down there.
Frosty.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, man, that movie, the vibes are just crazy high in that movie. And like it's such a ridiculous concept. And a lot of people's pushback on that movie is like they're like looking at the town's reaction and being like, they're being way too aggressive. Like they should be allowed to not celebrate Christmas. This is weird. And I'm like, dude, like that's what makes it funny. Like the fact that he has to turn away the Boy Scouts and that they get as petty as they do. That's what makes it funny. And then the best part is the payoff where they have to undo all the damage that they spent the entire movie doing.
Dude, they're in deep too.
And put the party on. And like the town comes together, not for Tim Allen, who's been kind of a dick, but for their daughter, who they all love. And then through that process, Tim Allen finally embraces the Christmas spirit. It's super cheesy. It's dumb, but it's just fun. It's a fun time. Like if you're watching Christmas with the Cranks, and you're just kind of like,
it's unrealistic.
You're like, I'm not really having fun. Can we change this? Like, fuck off, dude.
Dude, the scene where he's tanning,
dude.
It's so good, dude.
Oh my god, there's so many funny parts in that movie.
Dude, that scene, in the scene where they're like very aggressively Christmas caroling, and they keep kind of cutting back to that one guy who's like the main antagonist, so to speak.
Dan Aykroyd. Vic Frohmeyer.
Yeah, and he's like singing, but he's kind of like getting like like it's getting faster and faster, and he's kind of like aggressive about it. So good.
Dude, his Tim Allen's boy is like leaving for vacation. He's like, bro, can I borrow your Christmas tree? Which is like such a ridiculous, like you're gonna take all his ornaments off and then put yours on. Like the level of shenanigans that they had to go through was insane. We got The Guy, Anthony's Horror and More. Love the thumbnail once again. Allie and Anthony have us on the big screen. That's crazy to me.
Wow. We're on like a big TV right now?
We are in their living room right now. That's a crazy thought.
This is nice.
What do you got? Dude, I'm gonna have to crack this. I'm cracking this bad boy open soon.
Please do. I've been eating cookies all night. Dude, this came out great. I got the texture. Ready? Let me see if I can show you kind of the texture I got going on here. Oh, it doesn't really. If you can't feel it, it doesn't really.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, man. When you made those chocolate chip cookies at Pete's house, man.
The second batch.
Second batch was fire.
Second batch was fire.
Second batch was fire. The first batch was fine. Fine if we had some milk to dip them in. Because then you kind of undo some of that.
Very true. Second was perfect though.
The boys are all saying what's up. Gory Tiger, what's up, man?
Great name.
You okay? What are you laughing at, dude? Oh, I can't hear you now. Did your shit get unplugged? Oh, you muted. Did you mute yourself? I'll let Tyler bring himself back to life. Sydney says the only Christmas movies I'm watching are Home Alone and Die Hard. Those are two good ones, dude. I haven't seen Die Hard in forever. I think I'm gonna have to watch that soon wait, what?
My back.
Yeah, you're good. I was getting like a weird feedback there for a second.
The mic like mute. If I flip it up, it mutes itself, and then it does like a weird thing when it unmutes or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's probably what it was.
Sorry.
You're good, dude. What the fuck happened there? You just started dying.
I just straight up inhaled a piece of cookie, dude.
Oh, I thought someone said something that made you start dying.
Nope.
Yeah, dude. You got anything else on A Christmas Carol?
Very glad you finally watched this. It's shot so interestingly. A lot of it's so dark, just like visually, like it's just straight up dark. Not like even thematically, but like it's just dark. Which is cool, dude. The one thing, the main thing that scared me the most as a kid is the second ghost, the big jolly guy. Towards the end, when he like opens his coat and he has those two little kids that are just like
Dude,
under there, that shit fucked me up, dude.
those kids were creepy, dude.
I did not like that as a kid. I was like, because like especially too the context of like Greg's like, yo, this is a Christmas movie. And I'm like, word, I like Christmas movies. I know what I'm getting in for, and that's not what you get. So I did not see that scene coming, and it like really rattled me up as a kid. Even now,
Dude, yeah, it was fucking creepy for sure. I feel like I was about to say something too, but I lost it. Whatever. Yeah, man. No, I'm super glad we talked about this one and watched it. Not as much to say, I guess. It's just a story everyone's familiar with. But like I haven't seen all of them, but I'd be surprised if this wasn't like considered like the best of the of all of the iterations of this film.
I feel like this is maybe just because this is the case for me, but I feel like this is the canon one.
Well, there were so many before this too. Like I want to say there was at least 2 before this one.
Oh wow.
Dude,
I'm so sorry.
You're good, man. There's there's one from 38. There's one from 51. And then there's one from 84. They did one in 99. They did the Jim Carrey one in 2009. I mean, there's a million of them.
I forgot about the Jim Carrey one. I'll have to watch that too.
Yeah, I'm curious about it for sure. Before we go back to my next pick, excuse me. Do you want to talk about like Polar Express or anything?
Yes. Dude, so Polar Express is like your shit.
Dude, I'm a big Polar Express guy, man.
Yeah. How'd that start?
I'll tell you exactly how it started. So I'm pretty sure we saw this one in theaters too. My Uncle Joe took us all to see it. God damn it. It's just got it like default on a timer for some reason. Uncle Joe took a bunch of us to go see it, really liked it, and then we had it on DVD in the years that followed. And in my room, I had one of those TVs with a DVD player in it. And I have a lot of brothers and sisters. So like keeping things in good condition was very difficult. I was the second oldest, so pretty much everyone else was younger. And DVDs just got treated like hockey pucks and frisbees, dude. But one of the ones that was in good shape that always played was Polar Express. And there was a period of time for like at least, I want to say like 6 months to a year, where I would fall asleep to Polar Express like every night.
That's awesome.
I didn't have like a phone with like phones with like web, like YouTube, not a thing.
Nope.
And I just wanted like something on at night to fall asleep to. And I would just fall asleep to Polar Express every night. And it really became kind of like I just kind of knew the movie like back to front.
Hmm.
And the thing that people don't like the animation.
I really like.
They think it looks weird.
I
And
agree. I still like it though.
I guess maybe it does, but like I kind of just always accepted it like at face value. Like I never had any difficulty like getting on board with that because it's just like it's just what it is. Like you wouldn't feel that way about all like the old like Rankin Bass like the Heat Miser and like the fucking like the Rudolph, those old cartoons.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
You know what I mean?
Well,
All those
stop motion ones.
yeah, it's like that weird, but like no one like we don't have shit that looks like that anymore, but nobody looks at that and is like, whoa, like what the fuck is this? Like this is weird.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like I've never really understood that whole criticism. But yeah, dude, like this is just a fucking sick movie, and it's a cool concept for a Christmas movie, and it's different than anything really that nothing. There's not really nothing else like this movie. Like that idea of getting on that train, and it's just like a roller coaster, and it just like defies the laws of gravity and physics, and there's just like something magical about it. That's just a sweet premise,
dude. It's like a lot of it's very cozy, right? Like super cozy, super Christmassy. But a lot of it is like strangely weird, like surprisingly weird.
There's some horror. There's some horror components,
dude. Yeah, there's like you have like the ghost, on like that is like on the top of the train and kind of just throughout like the bum version of Tom Hanks, effectively. You have one of the weirdest things for me was always when they get separated from everybody else in the North Pole and they have to find their way back, and so much of it is like empty and barren, and like there are parts of it that are like way too big because they're for like the train to get through, and then there's parts of it that are like too small because the elves live there, and it's like it's so weird. It's very quiet.
It's almost like liminal spaces.
Yes, yes, yes. And then the elves are like weird douchebags, which is weird.
Yeah, they all just seem like very like schedule oriented and like
yeah.
They don't seem to be. They seem to be treating it like a job.
Yeah, but they also all like they all seem like they they smoke a lot of cigarettes, like kind of vibe. Like
yeah, dude. Yeah,
like a weird choice.
Yeah, it is such a weird choice, isn't it? That's a good point.
And then there's like the scene where you see like they have like all the kids like on TV screens, and for whatever reason they use like live action kids. It's like live action like footage instead of like animated footage like the rest of the movie is in.
Is it really?
Yeah. Why?
I guess it's like hard to tell because it's like staticky.
Kind of. It's just
well, I just don't specifically remember that. But
yeah.
Now that you say it, like I can see. I think that is the case.
Yeah, sure. I watched it a few weeks ago. It was very strange.
There is a lot of like little strange details in that make the movie feel just like something's a little bit off.
Yeah. It's great though.
It's just a cozy movie, man. I love it.
The kid with the glasses, love him.
Yeah, he's like that meme, the Mo Bamba meme. Have you ever seen that?
No. What's up, John?
We got John Doe Juggalo. What's good, bro?
Whoop whoop.
Mo Bamba or sicko mode.
Can you put it on? Are you able to put stuff on the screen? Or is it hard to do?
I don't think I am.
That'd be sick. What are we looking up?
Hold on, I'll send it to you.
Oh, right.
It's retarded.
I'm so curious, dude. He's just a weird. He's just a weird kid. His voice is great. Dude, and everybody knows, like everybody knew that kid. Like everybody, you had at least one of those in school growing up.
Dude, he was a really universal character.
And that's why he's so good.
I don't know. Is this Al?
Wow.
Sumate? I don't know. I don't know if I recognize you, but welcome to the chat. But if this is your first time here,
Yeah, what's up?
thanks for joining us. Funny thing is, when I was a kid, my only connection with the Polar Express was watching the trailer hundreds of times, advertised on another DVD. That's funny.
Yes.
I didn't get to watch it until a few years ago on TV. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully you like it. I love the movie. I think it's awesome. I really associate it with like fond times, and it was like I didn't have like an awful childhood or anything, but like I look back on those days of like watching it on my TV every night, and it was kind of just like a comforting thing, you know. When like because like when I was a kid, man, it was like scary going to bed at night.
Mm-hmm.
And like not having a light or anything, or like because it was very, you know, like you had to turn everything off.
Mm-hmm.
At least in my house, like my mom or my stepdad Bob wouldn't let me, like he wouldn't want me to, he wouldn't want the TV on at night, but I would do it anyway. But like but there was a while there where I didn't have anything, and then eventually I was able to have my TV, and then I'd watch movies going to bed. You know, I didn't have a phone or anything, so it was like it just felt like my own little thing that I was like,
Yeah.
it was like, and it was like the only thing, you know. Now I have like all these fucking screens that you
Yeah.
available.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm articulating that well.
No,
but
no,
yeah,
no. Totally.
there's just
Yeah.
something, there was something cool and magical about it.
Yeah. Wait, I really like that. That you only whoever it was said the only connection was watching the trailer a bunch of times. I had that same relationship with the Hunchback of Notre Dame, the animated one.
Nice. Yeah, I've never seen that either.
I think the trailer played at the beginning of Toy Story, and so I've seen it a bajillion times. Just the trailer, that, and then the trailer or Colors of the Wind from Pocahontas.
Yeah.
Played at the beginning of something else that I used to watch all the time. Same connection.
Yeah, it's funny because like the physical media that you had back then, like you would come to know the trailers just as much as you would the movie, because the trailers were always there, like they never changed.
Yeah.
So it would go from one trailer to the next, and you probably knew the exact order after a certain point.
Oh yeah.
You know,
dude, and I never really like skipped those. You could fast forward the VHS, but I just never did.
No, they were a vibe for sure. You got anything else on Polar Express, man?
No, this movie's dope. We talked about it before on here. I watched it in IMAX when it first came out.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is awesome. And yeah, it holds up great.
Dude, yeah, as a kid, like it's just a sick movie, man. Like I don't know how else to say it. You know, even as an adult, I mean, I could see maybe watching it now and not thinking it's all that, but like at the time, like, because the thing about it, dude, is that you really at no point really know what to expect.
Yeah, it's very much a ride.
Yeah, it's such a ride. It's a literal ride, and like all this stuff with the ticket, it's like blowing out the door. It goes on this whole crazy thing, and then it comes back. There's a fucker on the train. And what's really cool about it too is like all the other kids are like doing this like scheduled, structured tour, like the same thing that everyone else does. But then there's these other three kids who are having like this total other separate adventure. And then they wind up back on the tour at the end, and then they're on the tour for a little bit, and then another crazy thing happens, and they kind of get dragged away again.
Yeah.
It's just fun, dude. It's a good time.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to watching it again.
Dude, and like by going on the detours that they go on, they all like get what they need to get out of like, because like other Tom Hanks like punches the word into the ticket.
The conductor.
And like they all kind of like by going on that adventure, they get like the specific things that they like need as people. It's great.
Dude, I also love the ghost on the top of the train.
Cup of Joe. Yeah.
Dude, his voice and like everything that he's like I don't know, he's just great. And like him and the main dude eventually get on into some shit, and he's like, buckle up, like this thing's going crazy or some shit like that. And like he like has him on his shoulders, and he's like sledding down the top of
he's like skiing. Yeah.
Dude, it's just like and he's by himself for that. Like he's not with the other two kids. And he's like, I'm a ghost, and he just kind of disappears. I'm paraphrasing.
Dude,
It's so dope, man.
dude, I also like I like that Hero Boy is just Hero Boy.
I don't know that he has a name, does he?
I think he's Hero Boy in the credits, which is just like a archetype.
Yeah.
And I love that. It kind of gives like a almost like folktale sort of quality where they're kind of like leaving it a bit where this is like this could be anybody kind of thing.
Yeah, he's very much like an audience surrogate.
Yes. Yeah.
Because in the beginning they kind of established that he's like doesn't really believe in Santa,
Mm-hmm.
or is like starting to doubt the existence.
Mm-hmm.
He like goes through an encyclopedia and like goes to the North Pole, and the
Yeah, he's like,
encyclopedia is like, nah, it's uninhabitable, and like all this stuff to kind of further, convince him. Yeah, just I don't know what else to say, man.
yeah. Have you watched it yet this year?
No, I have the 4K though, and I'm gonna probably watch it in the other room.
Oh, I think I have it on. I think I actually have my DVDs are in the living room now. I think I own it though.
I think you have my old Blu-ray. I think you have my
Oh shit, is that why I have it?
I think you have my old Blu-ray.
Good looks.
Got you, dude. This is what I mean. Like you can have like a collection now.
I'll put it on.
You always
I'll put it on
could.
again.
Yeah, you always could have one, but like now that you have like essentially you have a home theater, I'm assuming eventually you'll get like a sound bar and stuff too.
Got it coming. Got it coming already.
You ordered the sound bar already?
Already got the soundbar coming, dude.
Dude, I thought that would be like a later purchase. Dude, you're doing it up, bro.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it legit. Yeah.
Dude, yeah, see, like now you can like when a disc has like Dolby Atmos, like that's something that you would care about. Like
Damn. Okay.
like that plausibly like that is something that like would matter to you.
Okay.
Where before like I don't give a fuck, like I'm streaming this thing, like I don't give like, you know what I mean?
Like whatever. Like whatever's on Amazon. That's what I.
Right. No, like these are now things that like I don't think you can play 4K. That could be a later purchase if you cared.
I have a PS4. I don't know if that functions differently than Xbox One does.
PS5 and Series X are the first ones to be 4K players, if I'm not mistaken.
Got you.
There might be another Xbox that plays 4K. I don't know. I love Jingle All the Way so much. Phil Hartman is hilarious in that movie. He's trying to bang all the lonely moms.
Dude, Jingle All the Way is very fun. I also watched that like when I was in Jersey like a couple weeks ago. Have you seen Jingle All the Way?
I have.
It's turbo time.
But I haven't seen it. It wasn't this was not like a childhood staple of mine.
Dude, this was one of my babysitters had this growing up. So it was like a couple years where I watched it because I had the same babysitter for a little while.
Damn.
But I never owned it though. Yeah.
I watched this for the first time in 2022.
Damn.
And it's fun as hell, dude.
It's super fun.
Arnold is getting pissed because Phil Hartman keeps saying he's going to eat his wife's cookies.
Yeah.
Her Christmas cookies.
Yeah, he's like,
bro, he's so fucking horny, dude. It is out of control. Like, bro, it is Christmas.
Yeah, fuck off.
Stop being so horny.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Xbox One S that came out in 2016 plays 4K discs. I don't know if that's the one that you have.
Thanks, dude.
Put a 4K disc in there, and if it plays, it'll play.
You should have gave me a better one for free.
That's all I had for you at the time. Nah, dude, for real though, I love that thing is getting like has a second life now.
Oh, it very much does. Yeah,
that's fucking sweet. Because that's my thing, man. Like every time a new Xbox or anything comes out, I'm like, my old one works. What am I gonna do? Just stop using that one now in lieu of this other one? Like, I'm always like, no, like I have to now find someone without an Xbox and give this to them.
I played it
because I'm not going to use both, but someone should.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm glad that all worked out.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, dude, Jingle All the Way is fun. I love Sinbad in the movie. He's like,
he's really funny, dude.
He's kind of a dick.
Super over the top.
And this has Jake Lloyd, from Phantom Menace. This is like one of the 2 movies he did. The little kid, Anakin.
Dude,
That's the same. That's the same little boy.
just connecting that right now. He's just always been the Jingle All the Way kid. I mean, yeah, the Jingle All the Way kid to me. Wow, it's crazy. Dude, his dad is like, wow, in both movies, he has like a hero-esque dad kind of figure thing.
Well, Anakin doesn't have a dad. His mom got pregnant from the Force.
We can't do.
The Force, like, dude, I'm just saying what happened in the movie, bro. Qui-Gon literally asks his mom, he's like, yo, like, where's the dad? And she's like, there was no father.
Dude, we can't even get into this right now. Dude.
And they never really like addressed it either. Qui-Gon was just like, okay. Like, he wasn't really surprised. He wasn't really phased by it.
I can't even say that I'm aware of that. That's
dude, it's
a whole crazy though. Dude.
A whole exchange that they have. I don't know when the last time you've seen. I mean, it's probably been a minute since you've seen the Phantom Menace.
Only seen it once.
But Anakin's mom, whose name is Shmi,
all right,
literally, it was like immaculate conception. Like that's why they call Anakin like Space Jesus. He's literally like.
I mean, that makes sense.
He's like
maps over perfectly.
He's like supposed to bring balance to the Force. What's up, Bakers of Movies? Favorite action comedy from when you were younger? Action comedy.
Rush Hour 2.
I'd probably say
Certified Banger.
I'd probably say Ghostbusters.
I'm
gonna count that.
Rush Hour 2. I was also a big fan of the Three Ninjas, the one with Hulk Hogan.
Dude, I never really watched either of those. I wasn't like a Rush Hour guy when I was younger.
Dude, you never seen Rush Hour 2?
Dude, if I have, it was like mad different, like out of context clips.
Dude, Rush Hour 2 rocks. We need to find we'll find a reason sometime next year to get you.
Yeah, maybe we can do like a bromance revisited or something.
Oh, that'd be fun. Or even just like a straight up action comedy would be fun.
Yeah, we could just do like
that's a bromance for sure. That's definitely a bromance.
Yeah, apparently they're making another one of those too.
Bring it on, dude. Bring it on.
That's fucking rad. All right. Let's switch.
Let's keep it pushing.
Let's switch into a Christmas horror story.
Yes. Yeah.
Hopefully we don't lose anyone here. This is a little bit more of a lesser known horror movie. Motherfucker. But so I'll just give you my introduction to this movie. So it's like 2016, 2017. I'm living in Weekstown. And at this point, I'm not driving. So I'm Weekstown. Maybe I shouldn't say the exact location. I'm living somewhere in New Jersey, where we live, where it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. So like, it was like Christmas time. I think it was actually Christmas Day, if I'm not mistaken. And our buddy Eric came over and visited me on Christmas, because I was kind of stuck out there. You know what I mean? I would have to like get a ride somewhere, this kind of thing. So he comes through. We're hanging out on Christmas. It's a vibe, and we're like looking on Netflix for movies to watch, and we found this movie, Christmas Horror Story. And we just kind of threw it on, not really sure what to expect. It's possible we thought it was going to be like bad, and it would just be a movie that we like laughed at.
Turkey Town Miracle type vibe,
right? A little bit, yeah. And then so we watch it, and then like when it's over, we kind of looking at each other like that was actually pretty good, and we really enjoyed it. So. Yeah, it's a horror anthology. It's 4 different stories with a wraparound segment with William Shatner, Dangerous Dan, and what's cool about it is all of these segments we jump between them. It's not like a normal horror anthology where you get a story, it starts and finishes. You get a story, it starts and finishes. We're kind of cutting between them all. And all of the stories are interconnected, which I really enjoy as well. So yeah, I mean, I want to hear from you. oh wait, hang on. We got to address this first.
Mm.
She was just straight up lying to Qui-Gon. She just didn't want to admit that Jar Jar smashed her.
Dude, no,
That's Anakin's real daddy.
there's no way, dude.
Bro,
he would look way different.
dude, Jar Jar was on Naboo, and then they take him to Tatooine, so there's just no way.
Dude, fucking Jar Jar is so many interesting choices went into that character, man.
Let's make him sound Jamaican.
Dude, they're in space, bro.
Anyway, great comment, Anthony. Thank you. So, dude, I've been telling you about this movie for a minute now. It feels like maybe a couple years.
Yeah.
So, what did you think,
dude? I enjoyed this movie a whole lot. I wanted to get this out of the way. I enjoyed William Shatner a lot in this movie, man.
dude? He is great.
He hams it up. He understood the assignment perfectly, and nailed it.
His segments are so cozy.
Yep.
And that radio station feels so chill. And things just keep getting worse, and he's trying his best to like keep up a smile.
He's just drinking.
And he's just drinking. And just trying to hold it together despite everything kind of going sideways.
Yeah.
And yeah, he is fantastic.
Dude, and I don't know he was in it either. So like it kind of opens up and he's just like, it opens up, you get the beginning of the North Pole sequence, which I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be cool. And then you leave there, then you're in the studio, and I was like, interesting. And I thought that the radio station was going to be just like this separate kind of just like thing, just to kind of pull everything together, sort of. But it ends up being a lot more than that, which we'll get to in a minute. Dude, this was my first anthology. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I've ever watched like an anthology film before.
You never seen Creepshow?
No.
You never seen Trick or Treat?
No.
Dude, that's crazy.
I don't think I've ever seen that format, and so in this, and like, but I didn't think like I'm aware of anthologies as a thing, right? But I didn't think that they were like I didn't expect things to be connected, right? So you get the North Pole real quick, and then you get the studio.
They're usually not,
right?
Like, they're usually like in most of them, I would say they're totally unrelated segments.
Yeah, so you get the North Pole, you get the studio, and then I forget what what's the first
So there's the kids in the basement of the school.
Is that how it? Yeah, okay. So that's the first one. That's like the first story that it starts,
which is one of the best. That segment is like legitimately creepy at times.
Yes.
Yeah. Which was great, and all the stuff at the North Pole is like
fucking badass, dude.
A horror comedy.
Yeah.
I love when Santa like throws Shiny the elf. So in this
break it down real quick.
In this North Pole segment, which I just interviewed the writer of this segment, by the way. I got to talk to him. That interview will be coming out later in the month, and he was able to shed a lot of light on it. So I'm excited for that to come out. But basically, there is a zombie virus taking place at the North Pole, and specifically only the elves and Mrs. Claus are affected.
Dude, Mrs. Claus is bad.
She was kind of bad, dude, and she had some. He was like, "I don't want a fucking cookie," dude, and he's like freaking out.
Everybody was like, "Yo,
dude, yeah." He's like, they're like, "What's the matter? Like, you always love Mrs. Claus's cookies.
Like, you're an elf. These are cookies. What's the problem?"
And he's like, no, like I'm just not really feeling good." He's like trying to hold it together. And so Santa has to kill all his elves in like these extremely over the top, like violent.
He doesn't want to at first,
dude. Yeah, but then he seems to like really be enjoying it. Like he's reveling in the fact that he's just committing mad
He's really
violence.
good at it. Yeah.
Dude, yeah, so he takes Shiny and he's like, he throws Shiny through the window and Shiny's like, "Oh shit." And it's like this little high pitched voice, and it's just so goddamn funny. And so in the same movie, you have that, and then you have this like really creepy ghost story happening in the basement of this school, where a year prior some murders had taken place. These two kids were killed, and so like that's the event that kind of puts this dark cloud over this town, Bailey Downs. And William Shatner's nephew is one of the kids who got killed in the basement. It's only shown real quick. He's like looking at a photo on his desk,
Yeah.
and it's one of the kids who died. So like he's personally feeling it. And so like that's happening. And then one of the police officers who was first on the scene at that event is the lead of a different segment.
Yeah, I caught
And
that.
so it's like there's all these little things that kind
of real quick. Yeah.
And what's cool is the writer told me that him and the other three writers were just kind of commissioned to write a horror story. And then they were able to kind of, after the fact, none of the writers really collaborated at all. After the fact, they kind of engineered all the little things that connected them, like
that's sick.
After, which was, I would have thought the complete opposite was the case, where because everything it's very minor things that connect them all, but it's
tight though.
It's very tight, and it feels elegant. Like there's nothing clunky about it.
Especially at the end, dude. The end sent me, man.
Dude, the twist is crazy.
The twist is completely.
We'll talk
crazy.
about that right at the end, just in case anyone hasn't seen the movie. But then there's like the changeling. There's the changeling story, and then there's the Krampus story, and they're all pretty good, man. Like I don't hate any of these segments.
They balance out really well. You get different levels of like campiness and actual creepiness. The changeling one is weird, dude. When he's eating the spaghetti, that scene's fucking weird, dude. Like he's just like this little kid just shoveling spaghetti into his mouth, and he just has like this blank stare. Weird fucking scene, dude. And then like you have like the tension of like you realize that like his dad hasn't really been around for a while, so like the mom is but he's like, yo, like our kid's being mad weird, and the mom is like more protective of the kid because she's like just recently let the dad back into the picture, and so she's kind of blind to how weird the kid is being, but in a way that you kind of understand because you're like, oh, she's just trying to be like, she's like super like mother bearing this kid right now. And like there's lots of like stuff like that, like there's a good amount of campiness in this, but nothing feels like particularly cheap, you know?
Dude, yeah, it's super low budget, and there's not really any stars. It's mostly just William Shatner. But like that aside, man, like I really like all these stories are rock solid. And they're pretty tonally different, all of them.
Yes.
But somehow none of it never feels jarring. Especially when you consider the fact that we're cutting between them all. And you kind of just buy them all without having to really suspend any kind of disbelief or anything. It's really cool.
Yeah, they spend the first like 15 or 20, probably 15-ish minutes of the film like setting off all of the pieces for like each, call it like 5 stories, essentially, if you count like William Shatner. And like they're all, so like, one of my notes was like, oh, like are we still just setting up the first story, or are these all going to be their own separate thing? Like they're connected that well at the beginning where I was like, I don't know if these are separate things or if they are all one. And that was like all the beginning of these different stories, but they're like, some of the people know each other, they kind of come in out of each other's lives in different ways, and like, yeah, it was super, super tight in a way that I was like not at all expecting them to be. It was really cool.
Dude, yeah, even just a quick shot where it's the family going off to
the aunt's house,
and they drive by Scott Peters and his family going in to get the tree where the changeling story happens.
Yep.
And so just little things like that where it's just enough to say, hey, this is all happening in the same, more or less the same place.
Yeah.
which is so cool. And dude, what else was I about to say? I lost it. Go ahead if you have something.
Dude, I love when the mom is like trying to like coerce the kid to like leave. Dude, she grabs that bat, and I was like, there's no way she's gonna like whack this kid with this bat. And he like comes after her, and she like ting. It's like an aluminum bat, and she just domes the kid, and it has that nice like ting. Dude, I lost it. It's so good.
Dude, the vibes in their house, when like Scott Peters is like sitting there on the couch, and he's like got a beer, and like the tree is on, and he's just kind of chilling, and he's like, this shit sucks, kind of, but like he's like trying to like he's
Yeah.
still trying like that vibe in that room that they capture is so cozy.
And he's got the radio on, and you hear William Shatner.
Yeah, dude.
So good.
Oh man. All right, so I have to talk about the twist of this movie with you real quick. So if anyone cares about this, we're gonna kind of spoil A Christmas Horror Story.
Should we fully talk through the end?
I'll still try to talk around it as best I can. But so the thing about all the segments, right, is like all of them are clearly in the same world, except for the one at the North Pole. It feels very fantastical.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously not set in the town itself. And then, so if you're paying attention, you will notice that the actor who plays Stormin' Norman at the radio station is the same actor who plays Santa.
Which I figured. I did not catch that though.
Same guy. So when the twist comes, where you realize what's actually been happening, because throughout the movie, Dangerous Dan is alluding to this like food drive that's happening at the mall.
William Shatner, the radio, you keep going back to him, and he's like, dude, and they don't even. I love that because like they don't attract a ton of attention to it. Like he's kind of just like sort of offhand, being like, oh, like something going down at the mall. If you're in the area, like just don't go there. It's busy. And then he's like, oh wait, there's cops there. Something bad is happening. And then later he's like, oh, there's hostages. But it's like brief, and they don't like. He's kind of not blasé about it, but he's kind of trying to just be like, like it's Christmas though. I'm drinking, like just kind of chill.
He's trying to make the best of it. Yeah. And yeah, so eventually you realize that what's been going on at the North Pole actually hasn't been happening in that way. And what's cool about it is that you do see Stormin' Norman, who's the weatherman. You see him prior, and you're getting those updates. And if you pay attention, those updates are kind of reflecting what's happening at the North Pole in a roundabout sort of way. So what I love about a twist in a movie is when you can rewatch it and they don't cheat. This is what the writer was talking about when I got to interview him. It all works still. And you can even figure it out if you're paying close enough attention, where you can see that they're the same actor. And you can see that, you know, there's a bit of a reflection going on. And maybe you couldn't predict exactly what's happening, but you could be like, okay, something's a little weird there. And it's not to say that either that it's something that you have to figure out, because it's more fun when you kind of just go on that ride and then you realize, and it rewards repeat viewings, because then you're like, oh,
I bet.
And I've been watching this movie every year since like 2019. Like consistently every year. That whole twist, it really makes the movie, man. It's really cool.
Dude, can I totally agree. Can I read you like these 4 bullet points of notes that chronicle my mindset as that's happening? All right, so we got, I really like every time we come back to the North Pole. Wow, Santa killing one elf with the decapitated head of another elf is metal, because he does that. He he grabs like this elf head by like the eyes and just smashes it into the other elf's head. Sick. William Shatner is fucking faded in the studio, LOL. And then the emoji that's like that one, and just nah, no way. That's how I ended. Dude, I was like, when that happened, and he like a whole thing's happening, and then somebody says a name, and he actually reacts to it, and then there I was like, it all started to click for me, where I was like, nah.
Well, because it starts out and he's got Krampus down, like about to execute Krampus, and then Krampus starts talking with like a human voice.
Yeah.
And you're like, and it feels weird. Like there's this, it's jarring because it's like
something break. Yeah, something in the story breaks.
And then you're like, and then it cuts back and it's not Krampus.
Dude.
It's someone else.
Dude, that was because like up until that point, like I was like, oh, this is fun. Like I was like, I enjoy this, right? I was like, this isn't like nothing groundbreaking. This isn't crazy, but like I'm having a good time with my hour and a half with this. And then I got to that, and it like fully like to use like this added like a full on a 1 to 10 scale, added a full like 1.5 probably for me, like to like the movie, like just that being there. And then I was like, I loved it, man. It really, I love something that ties together like that. It was great. I was not expecting it at all either.
Dude, yeah, that's an interesting thing, right? Because it's like a lot of the time when I am recommending a movie to you, I think with that comes this sort of unintentional, like, or maybe intentional, like, yo, like this is a good movie. Right. So like when you're watching it and then maybe you're like, I'm not really seeing what he sees in this. Totally possible. And then I like that moment kind of like, because I'm sure up until that point you were like, okay, like this is cool. I don't really know. Maybe I don't know why Mark likes this so much. I don't know. Whatever thoughts maybe are running through your head. And then like that happens and you're like, okay, I can see the vision a little bit more now.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, no, I definitely like at no point was I like the movie starts off, the movie like very much like does what it set out to do. Like it starts off with like an actual title sequence, which is fun because we don't get those a whole lot anymore. Just like animated stuff and just like all of the credits.
It's like it's Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
it's like, but it's like creepy and there's like bloody ornaments and shit, and it's just a good. I love that intro. It's really fun,
dude. And that intro sets up. It's very, and then like the end is like a burn, like the title comes up, and it's so not subtle. And I was like, okay, it's like we're not going for subtlety. We're not going for like slow ambiguity. But like right up front in the first 3 minutes, the movie let me know that. And so I was like, all right, like I'm on board. And then it delivered on like that vibe. And so like I was just happy with that. I was like, this is fun. None of it's too scary. They fucking got me with that jump scare in the police camera.
Dude, video. Yeah, that shit's bad, dude.
Dude,
in a good way.
It got me. Yeah, it got me hard.
Because the movie really doesn't have too many jump scares, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, no.
So it's like I'm okay with if you have one like really good one in your movie.
That shit got me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
But yeah, it's like so I was like, yeah, this is fun. And then it was wrapping up, and I was like, all right, cool. This is cool. Like this is fun. Really enjoyed really enjoyed all the North Pole stuff. And then for it to also be like, yo, actually, all this has been happening. And I enjoyed William Shatner so much that for like them to be like, yo, he's actually been like a bigger part of this than you thought he was. It just really was icing on the cake. Very much enjoyed it.
Dude, yeah, he's really good in it.
Mm-hmm.
I love his addition. Yeah, I think that's all I got on this one, man.
Very fun.
I'm really glad you finally watched it. Now you can watch my video on it.
I know I will.
I probably said a lot of what I said here in that, but I would say it's definitely worth a watch. And yeah. All right, let's talk about the Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus. You shut your timer off? Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
There you go. Was that not a thing? Was that just not a thing before? It's like a new addition?
New thing, yeah. I don't know why. we got our friend here asking if I'm gonna watch the MJ biopic. Dude, honestly,
Oh yeah.
I really don't care for biopics. I think the last one that I really enjoyed was the one about the guys who made BlackBerry, the one with Glenn Howerton in it.
Oh, was that good? I didn't watch that.
I really liked it. And I think what I'm drawn to in a biopic is a movie about a person that I don't know anything about already. And I feel like I already kind of know a good bit about MJ, and I just don't really care. BlackBerry was cool because it was like I had no idea what that situation was, and they're like competing with iPhone and shit. Have I talked about the WB situation going on? I don't really know what I would have to add to the conversation. I guess we can talk about it here. We're mostly, trying to do the Christmas stuff, but I'll just say real quick, like I don't really see any great outcome. And I'd be interested to get your thoughts too, I guess, actually, because I'm sure you've heard about this as well. Everyone seems to be kind of directly opposed to Netflix taking it, and just the idea even of like WB, which is like 100-year-old studio, and Netflix has been around for like 10, 15 years. Like the idea of them buying Warner Bros. Like it just feels wrong. Feels like it's not a thing that should be happening. And then there's the idea of the theatrical window shrinking even more than it already has, where Netflix does not want theaters to exist. Netflix gains nothing by movies going to theaters, but they gain everything by having shit on their platform, and them absorbing WB is like, I mean, it's DC. It's all of DC Comics. It's Harry Potter. It's Lord of the Rings. It's Cartoon Network. There's so many things under Warner Brothers, and for all of them to just get folded into Netflix would just be like an unequivocal, like there's an inarguably bad thing. I don't really see any way around that for me.
Yeah, we something I've been like critical of and like sensitive to is, see, you have like WB going on, and you also have like EA being potentially bought for like equally gigantic, absurd amounts of money right now. And we've seen this before with like Microsoft spending billions of dollars to buy like just huge swaths of gaming studios. And we saw this during COVID with, oh my God, some giant like fund. I forget their name. Some giant fund who did the same thing where they were just buying up game studio after game studio after game studio, and big like just like at this scale, like Netflix being able to do this at this scale, like the people driving those decisions are not the creatives who are like, oh, let's see what we can do with these properties. We're excited about them. It's like the financial people, the CFOs who are like, oh, like here's all these assets that make money, and so if we just buy all these assets, they'll make money for us, right? Like that's all that's happening here. For look, I'm not going to get too deep in this. For context, I work in venture capital, so like I see how this stuff works, and I see how, like, I mean, like I'm around it, and there isn't a great relationship between people trying to treat things just like streams of revenue and people trying to make things that are like really good creative products. And these giant, like when you talk about like money this size and they're buying like huge swaths of companies, it just doesn't work well, because now you have someone like Netflix who's going to be trying to milk things, and it just like the math does not math. Like to spend billions and billions of dollars and then to try to like then manage, they try to like micromanage to an extent, like all these studios, like they end up closing is what happens. So many people get scrapped.
They're going to be spreading themselves so thin.
Yes.
Because Netflix already owns a bunch of properties.
Yeah.
And then you're going to bring in all this other shit. And then you're supposed to be able to evenly spread all of your resources and attention around all of these things, I just don't see it being a good thing. And now like Paramount is talking about buying them, which Paramount actually cares about physical media as well as theatrical stuff. That's the other thing. Netflix doesn't give a fuck about, like, our friend here points out, started out as an online physical media rental
I forget
store.
about that. Yeah.
Netflix doesn't release their um like Netflix movies.
Yeah.
There are instances of it having happened, but for every Netflix property that gets a physical release, there's like 5 that don't.
Mhm.
Like Frankenstein will probably get one
Forgot that was
because
yeah.
there's a precedent for Guillermo specifically has a lot of his movies released through the Criterion collection.
Mm.
And there's this Netflix movie Roma that
Yeah.
got a Criterion collection. So like there's a rumor that his Frankenstein will get Criterion, but that's all because of his it's never just like we're just going to give this random Netflix property a release. There's usually like a creative behind it who's like kind of banging the drum for it to happen. And if you don't have that, you're really like Mike Flanagan. My favorite miniseries of all time, Midnight Mass, that you have to watch at some point. It's fucking amazing. Legitimately one of the best things I've seen, just bar none.
Well.
It's incredible. I don't think we talk about it a lot, but like it's just stranded on Netflix. There's no physical release. His Haunting of Hill House show has a Blu-ray, but that was because of like a specific deal. Like there's all this fucking bureaucratic like red tape where like this one will get a release because it's through this producer or some stupid shit like that. And like Barbarian, Zach Kreger's first film, wasn't a Netflix movie, but it just doesn't have a Blu-ray. So like even movies that aren't Netflix things aren't guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed anymore to get a physical release. So it's like whenever it happens, I feel like we have to be like grateful or something.
Yeah.
Thank you for the question, Alsumate. I don't want to say your name wrong. So, but thank you for your question. I used to do like a live stream where I would kind of comment on like the news and stuff. I kind of stopped doing it because it was hard to do consistently every week. Maybe that'll come back in some form or fashion because I do enjoy giving my opinion on things. But for something like this, I feel like there's so many people already talking about it, and they're all kind of more or less saying the same thing. So I didn't really feel the need to kind of add to it in any kind of dedicated space. But this was a good outlet to do so. But let's switch gears and talk about the Santa Claus, which was one of your picks for our show tonight. So I'll let you take it away.
This is one of the movies that I always grew up with. I think we had this on VHS. I just watched this. Always watch this during Christmas. I don't remember watching it for the first time, right? It just kind of always was there. When I watched it like a few days ago, and it was the first time I watched it all the way through in like a while, in like a few years. I don't know. I just really like how much of I talked about it before on streams on here, but I really like how much. I feel like a lot of times the Christmas movies, you have like the Christmas stuff, and then you have this other story that is happening, and they kind of just like are sort of smushed together where they're like, oh, this thing is happening and it happens and it's Christmas.
It's like the backdrop of Christmas.
Yeah. And I feel like here you have this very much like interesting actual movie with like this like family dynamic with like this kid whose parents are divorced, and like they're trying to figure out like how to raise him effectively, and like what do you let him do, what do you not let him do, stuff like that. That like for me especially just like very relatable, and you have that very much directly intertwined with the Christmas element and with like literally Santa Claus, and yeah, and so many of the vibes are really good. We'll get into, but yeah, that was always my connection to it. This is your first time watching it though, right?
I had seen large chunks of this movie. But I had never like had a dedicated sit down and watch.
Mhm.
And the thing that is kind of unique structurally about this movie is the way that it starts. It's like the whole first act feels like something that would come at the end of the movie. Where it's like it's him and the kid and they're like doing the whole Santa thing.
Uh-huh.
And they go through that whole process. And it just feels very much like a third act kind of thing. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Where it's like they're I feel like that thing, like that idea of like doing like being Santa
Uh-huh.
in other Christmas movies is like that's what happens at the end.
Right.
But it's kind of the thing that happens in the beginning where
It's like
like
his introduction to being Santa.
Tim Allen's kind of like stubbornly having to embrace it. And then there's that whole thing where it's like they don't even think it was real.
Mhm.
They're like it's just a dream or whatever. And then he spends the rest of the movie kind of preparing to do that same thing that he did again uh in the beginning, right? Because
Mhm.
it's like how does it end? Does he I'm trying to think. He doesn't it's not like a year later, is it?
Yeah.
Or
Yes,
it is, right?
it's Christmas again. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so that's what I was thinking. Right. Okay, I'm just making sure. Yeah, so
Mhm.
he effectively does it, and then he spends the rest of the movie preparing to go and do it again. And I just
Mhm.
thought that was an interesting sort of structure where it kind of just it really like hits the ground running in a way, and I enjoyed that about it.
Yeah, that's interesting you call that out. I think, like, that's, like, further evidence of, like, the movie isn't as not that it's not concerned with that, it obviously is, it's called The Santa Claus, but, like, if that was the point if the point of the movie was him, like, doing the Santa Claus thing, then it'd be weird to put that at the beginning, but, like, so much of the movie is really about, like, him struggling with, like this, like, fantastical, amazing thing happens to him and his son, and then most of the movie is about his son just being like, "Yes, this was real," and the adults around him trying to be like, "No, like, this isn't real," and it's really, like it's so interesting because it's, like, at the very beginning, they're trying to Tim Allen is trying to convince his son that Santa is real because his stepdad, who's like a psychiatrist, started telling the son, like, hey, like, you're kind of too old for that. Santa's not real. And Tim Allen's like, yo, like, we, he's like talking to his ex wife and he's like, we never talked about this. Like, I want Charlie, the son, to like believe in Santa still. And then he literally, like, they meet Santa and he then becomes Santa and then spends most of the movie flipped with trying to tell his son, like, no, that's not real. Like there's like this real weird mental thing that I think gets kind of deeper into like kids and like raising kids and like he's like at one point even he asked him to lie to his mom and stuff like that. It's like this like weird family drama raising a kid. Family drama might be a hard word, but like that's kind of what it is. And the
It really is, yeah.
movie's much more concerned with that than the actual like what you would think a movie like about like Santa would be concerned with. Yeah.
Dude, no, and all that stuff you're talking about, I feel like it'd be easy for a lot of people to kind of gloss over. But it really is like uh getting into like some pretty heavy stuff about like having to like co-parent and like
Mhm.
when do you, stop doing the Santa thing? And it's like there's a lot of not heavy stuff going on, but it's not like fluff either, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like significant things. And yeah, just a great message, very wholesome movie, like very much enjoyed it. um Not sure if the sequels are worth watching at all. I'll let you
They're
kind of
they're
weigh in there.
they're fun. The second one is worth I really enjoyed the first time that I watched the second one because it's so much later. It's like almost 10 years or something later.
Oh shit.
and but it's all the same cast comes back for it, and they like treat like time passes in the movies the same way that it did in real life. And some unexpected stuff happens in between then. The second one's good. Tim Allen. I like Tim Allen. Tim Allen's just very consistent.
Tim Allen's dope.
He crushes it again. The third one kind of starts to go off in its own thing. It's still funny. It's more of like it's obviously not full like Turkey Town Miracle quality, but it's definitely much better than that. But like it really is kind of just doing its own thing at that point.
Just because I like the idea of us seeing Tim Allen at different points in his Santa Claus career.
There's definitely that
as he starts to like embrace it more, where you really only kind of see that at the end.
Watch
of the first one,
dude. The second one is worth because the second one too, like he's that Santa Claus.
He's like I'm in this now.
He's him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
which is sorry. Go ahead. No. Say I don't want you to forget. Your point.
It's cool because you kind of see him start to embrace it, and this was like 90 something, dude. The makeup and stuff is really good. Like he kind of just starts getting fatter, and you see him like without a shirt on, exercising, and like it looks at no point are you like, oh, this is Tim Allen in a fat suit. It's just like really solid.
Yeah,
and there's so many little,
it really is.
There's so many little things that are like weirdly realistic, more realistic than you would think, where he's like they're having like a meeting at the office, and he's just like eating bullshit food. He goes to the doctor, and they have like an actual conversation of like he's like, yo, something's going on, I don't know what, and the doctor's trying to diagnose him and having a hard time with it, and just like weird stuff like that really grounds the movie a lot more than you would assume that they would bother doing.
Dude, yeah, it's funny. And I really like how the movie like is kind of also exploring like the lore of Santa, and it's like it really implies that this is like the 100th time that this has happened, and like this is just how Santa is like chosen, and it's never been the same guy, because obviously it couldn't be, because everyone, no one lives forever, right? It's like, what are you, stupid? And right, so it's like it's just a cool way of like of being like, no, like actually like this is how Santa is chosen, and it's actually like a lot of like political red tape that you have to get through. Like way more than you would expect. So it really it's much like with that in mind, and like with all of like the parental stuff, it's much more of like a actual thoughtful look at like what it would actually take to do all of this stuff. Like both be Santa as well as like be a dad. Like the movie makes it out to like where both are like equally impossible tasks in a way, which is really interesting,
dude. Because he like shows up in the North Pole, and Bernard is just like this random guy comes back as Santa, but Bernard already like understands what happened, and he's like, all right, like, you're Santa now, and the guy's like, no, I'm not. And Bernard's like, did this and this happen? And the guy's like, yeah, and he's like, all right, you're that Santa now.
Dude, Bernard is such a little smug prick, dude.
Dude, he's got that shit on though.
He does have that shit on, but he's kind of smug, dude. Like he's very much relishing in the fact that like he knows what's good and Tim Allen doesn't, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna have to explain this to you, man. Like, try to keep up, bro. Like, dude, yeah.
To be fair, he's also like 1,000 though,
right? And it just further exacerbates like he's been there, done that, and he's like, dude, like you gotta. He's like, I don't have the patience for this. You gotta just kind of get on the train here,
dude. I also really this might be like my favorite version of like the North Pole. Like it feels so like then the inside of there is very there's a lot of life in it, lots of people, there's like animals, it's very deep. Like if you look at the shots, it's just like they put a lot of time and energy into like making it feel like there's like a North Pole. There's like trains running through it. Yeah, love it. The vibes are great when they first show up to the North Pole, and there's like that music playing, and they're outside still, and that kid comes out, and like the thing comes out of the ground. And he's like, what is that? And Charlie's like, I think that's the North Pole. And the dad's like, bro, North Pole's not a literal pole, but it is.
Of course, yeah, it literally is.
Yeah.
No, that would be a fun like ranking to do, like ranking different North Poles in
Ooh.
Christmas movies. Because
Yeah.
one that sticks out to me is the one in Elf, where it's like literally doing that like Frosty the Snowman, like Rankin Bass, Rudolph the
Yeah.
Red-Nosed Reindeer. Like it's very much
Yep.
doing like that kind of like animation, but
Mhm.
then there's also like people there, and everything's like white and it's I don't know. It's just it's very much like it makes the juxtaposition of that from when they just straight up go to New York. Like it really makes it feel like
Yeah.
a real like change has
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
And that's that's probably one of the most fun aspects of making a Christmas movie is like getting to depict the North Pole, which is like so open to interpretation to
Mhm.
where like you're really getting a lot of the same things, but there's a million different ways that you can like portray that.
And nobody can be like, no, that's not right.
Yeah, no, it's literally like just have fun with it.
Mhm.
Yeah, dude, this was such a fun little cozy watch the other night. I'm glad I watched this, man.
Good. Good.
Yeah, I think we're 4 for 4 here. I'm glad that we both got to watch 2 essentially new movies
Literally.
to both of us. And yeah, that's like the best part of these is like we don't talk about our thoughts prior to the show. So like you might give me a tease, but for the most part you really keep your thoughts to yourself and me as well.
Mhm.
To where like we would have these would be fun talks to have if they weren't like live streamed for everyone to watch. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I really enjoy these, man. We're coming up on over 2 hours here, so start to wind it down a little bit. What you got any other thoughts, man?
Dude, we still got like a good 2 weeks before Christmas actually hits, so I'll definitely.
Yeah,
I
for sure.
haven't watched Christmas Story yet. I have watched Christmas Vacation. I watched Elf. Definitely got some movies to watch still. So
Yeah, I'm gonna probably do one after I get off with you. Because it's like you say, we still have 2 weeks, so like I really want to make sure that I'm watching as many as I can because it's like once it's over, it's over. Like that weird
yeah,
transition period of like the 26th to the 31st. It's like can't really watch Christmas movies anymore.
no.
And
Dude,
it's just like it's just this weird gray area.
the Christmas vibe falls off heavy. Like the day after Christmas, still you're kind of like in that, and then it's just like Christmas is done. Not in like a totally negative way, but just like it's just not Christmas anymore.
It's gonna be sad. I'm like I was in Wawa, you know, getting my hot chocolate earlier, and I'm like looking around at all the Christmas decorations and shit, and I'm like I was actually thinking about that. I'm like, yeah, like this isn't around all the time, so I'm really just trying to enjoy it as much as I can before it's gone.
I wish we like did that with more things. Like I wish every couple months had like it doesn't need to be like a straight up like holiday, but like I wish we just went like we as a society go so hard for Christmas. And like we could do that with other stuff. We just don't.
I feel like it would take away how special Christmas is.
Yeah, probably.
Like that October,
True.
November, December is like the best 3 months of the year for me. Like it's unparalleled and it comes at the end of the year.
Mhm.
So it's just a great way to like end the year. I really love it.
Mhm.
Dude, tomorrow night I'm gonna go see the new Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Oh shit, a new?
So Silent Night, Deadly Night is probably like the third best Christmas horror movie.
Okay.
Uh, so I would put that probably right behind Christmas Horror Story. It's from 1984. It's just a straight up about a guy who goes crazy and dresses up as Santa and kills people.
Fuck. Okay.
And they've made a bunch of sequels that really have nothing to do with that initial idea. They stray away from it pretty far.
Okay.
And then they made a remake in 2012 that was pretty ass. And now we're getting a new one that comes out tomorrow.
Oh, interesting.
So I'm gonna go see that. Hopefully it's good. And then I'll probably do a review on it too on the channel.
Is it a a remake or a sequel, or like, do you even know?
I believe it's just a remake. So it's got the same title, seems to be the same concept. I haven't really watched any trailers or anything.
Okay.
I kind of know already what it is just based on the title and everything. And I know that it's a direct remake of the first one. I think there's like some actual homages to where they kind of are recreating some famous kills from the first one. So that should be fun. I hope it's good.
Who did that?
I don't know. I don't know, but I know that the guy from Halloween Ends is the main guy, which you have not seen yet.
I know. I got to see the other Kills
and Ends.
Okay. Yeah, I really liked the first one. The first one of the new ones. Yeah,
I know, and because of that, I really want to know what you think of those two.
Dude, I'm gonna be very. I'll be watching more movies now than I have been in the past because I'll have like the actual setup to do so.
Dude, you got that couch and you got that TV, man.
I'm ready to go, dude.
Dude, yeah, I Kills and Ends are so divisive.
Interesting.
All of them have fans, but like the people who like one tend to not like the other, and it's just very much like it's just a weird landscape with those. Dude, so I'm just very curious to see where you fall.
Dude, the remake, 2018? Halloween 2018? Fucking electric, dude. That was great.
Dude, yeah. And I
wish I could... Yeah, dude, drop him right into that title sequence.
I wish I could talk to you about him like right now, but I guess we'll wait. I don't know. January is kind of like a fucking dead zone, so maybe we can watch them then.
Dude, we got to do, I think January snowy horror. You got to watch. I'm thinking of ending things.
Is that a horror film?
Yeah, dude.
Fuck.
Dude, that it's a fucked up movie, dude. Whatever you think it is, it's not that.
I literally don't even know what I think it is.
Yeah.
All right. So have you seen Misery?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're gonna watch Misery. You gotta watch The Lodge.
Okay.
And you should watch The Black Coat's Daughter.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I know the premise. I know the premise of that.
And then we can throw in like The Shining.
Of course.
Have you seen 30 Days of Night?
No.
Do you know that movie?
No.
Dude, 30 Days of Night is a town in Alaska where it's literally nighttime for 30 days. And guess who shows up? A bunch of vampires.
That sounds bad.
It's very bad.
They like that night.
It's dope for them. It's bad for the people who live there.
Dude.
And it is a brutalizer movie. It's fucking sick.
All right,
that's like 5 or 6 movies right there, but
I'll think of something else for you too, though. Definitely, dude. I'm thinking of many things, and it's what's his name?
What's his name? Like Kaufman?
Yeah. Gerald Kaufman?
Gerald
Kaufman? Why doesn't that sound right?
Thinking it's not Gerald. There's no way.
Harold? No.
Charlie Kaufman.
Charlie. Dude, I'm thinking of ending things is
Oh, he did that motherfucking Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah. So just think of that, but like kind of as like twisted.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And that see if you could come up with some others, because I just threw like 4 at you, so I don't want it to be too one-sided. And then maybe we can like split the difference or something. But dude, yeah, I would love for you to watch. You have to watch Misery. Misery is incredible. Stephen King movie. The Lodge.
I'm obviously like aware of Misery.
Right. The Lodge is pretty fucking dark.
I haven't rewatched The Shining in a minute,
bro. The Shining is coming to IMAX December 12th. So like this Friday.
Just for December 12th or like through?
No, it should be in there for a few weeks. So honestly, bro, get yourself to a fucking IMAX theater, which should not be very difficult for you. And go see it in IMAX, bro.
I thought you were saying we should go see it together in IMAX.
Oh, whoa, fuck. Yeah, I mean, Well, you're gonna be here when the 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna probably have seen it by then.
Dude, do you have to though?
I don't know how long it's gonna be in theaters.
Oh, true.
I mean, I mean,
Yeah, fair.
maybe I can like look that up, but like I don't know if they kind of like readily disclose those things. How long
I feel like they
will
would
the
for like
Shining
for
be
something like
in
that.
theaters for IMAX? Special limited IMAX run starting December 12th, but it's a short engagement with some locations showing it only December 12th through the 14th and September 17th and 18th. Yeah, I can't. I'm starting to lose my voice.
Yeah.
So you need to check your local theater schedule quickly as it won't be around for long. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about.
All right, fuck yeah, let's go see it. I'll go see it.
These things they're not like ubiquitous. Like it's not like a new film where it'll be in theaters for like maybe a month.
Sure.
It's kind of a limited engagement kind of thing.
I would love to see that in theaters. Okay.
Yeah, you go see it, and I'll go see it.
It's gonna be sick. Okay.
Also, real quick, our boy here wanted to ask you. Hopefully, you're still here. By the way, this came in a little while ago. He wants to know what kind of soundbar you got.
I got a Sonos Arc.
Okay.
I have a
good brand.
Yeah, I have a Sonos Era, that Sonos speaker that I have in there already. I'm not usually like a big like wireless setup, have to like use an app to set things up, but I've just heard that like for the price, the Sonos audio quality is just like really, really good. And I found one of those for a really good price.
Nice.
And I was like, fuck it. And then it's also like I got like a bigger TV than I needed for my room and like a bigger sound bar than I needed. And I kind of just wanted to like future proof that setup. So like if and when I end up in like a bigger place, both of those will be fine for like whatever my room is still.
Oh yeah. So you got the seal of approval.
So
6 Feet Down South. I don't know that I've seen you before, but welcome if this is your first time.
what's up, sir?
Have you guys seen My Little Eye? No, I have not. Have you seen this movie?
Never heard of it.
My Little Eye. Huh. It's a movie about 5 adults who agree to spend 6 months together in an isolated mansion while being filmed at all times. That seems like a cool concept. Interesting. Oh, it's got a young Bradley Cooper in it too.
Interesting.
Sounds cool.
Let me some Bradley Cooper.
Do you ask because that's a snowy horror movie? If so, that might be a good one to check out. But yeah, we're gonna start to take it down here. Guys, watch some Christmas movies. Watch some Christmas horror movies. Make some cookies. Enjoy the holiday because it's gonna be over before you know it. And if you love Christmas as much as we do, you don't want that to happen. So just don't take it for granted and make sure you're spending the time wisely.
Thank you all for joining us.
And thank you for spending your time with us tonight. Really enjoyed getting to talk with all of you here and share our love of these movies. And yeah.
We'll be back in January.
Hollow Notes. Yeah, dude. I've been talking about it for a while. I made the video on it a couple years ago, which I rewatched recently because I'm interviewing those two guys, so I wanted to make sure I had a lot of my talking points readily available. And it's not lit terribly well, and that was also back when I was using my director chair, so I'm like I'm like higher up,
weird angle, yeah,
and I kind of needed to be. I'd like to think my lighting's gotten a little better since then, so
definitely. Hollow Notes, definitely recommend though. It was very. Sometimes you watch a movie and at the end, like when you finish it, you're like energized. You know what I mean? Where you're just like, yo, like whoa. It was one of those. It was great. I had a very, very good time with it.
I'm really glad you liked it, man. Yeah. And Black Christmas as well. I feel like I've been hyping that one for a while.
You definitely have.
And it kind of puts me in a spot because I'm like, I hope this measures up. Because I know Tyler's going to give it to me straight. He's not going to tell me what I want to hear.
If I was just like, dude, this is trash, I don't know what you see in it.
dude. And I would encourage that, man. If that ever happens,
Yeah, it hasn't happened yet. You know.
has not happened yet. I think we have. I also don't want to recommend something to you if there's even a possibility that you're not going to like it.
Mhm.
Like I tend to be kind of. I'm able to be pretty objective and be like, okay, like this is trash, but I just happen to like it, kind of thing. Like,
Mhm. Mhm.
I don't know. I have to watch it again.
I think I uh I think like the idea of a Christmas movie kind of nebulous, but I do think I very much will allow Die Hard to be like a movie that we collectively watch during Christmas because I feel like it adds a nice flavor. You know, it's like a very nice.
It's a Christmas
Uh,
action movie, which there aren't many of those.
that's what I'm saying. You know.
And like, first of all, I almost hate this whole conversation because it comes up every year.
Yeah.
And if you're someone who's like a passionate Die Hard's not a Christmas movie kind of guy,
Why?
just shut up.
Why is that? Yeah. Why is that the hill that
Why,
you're dying on?
why do you want to take that from someone? Like if someone watches the Die Hard every December, well, guess what? It's a Christmas movie.
Dude, it's
Like
also a good movie. Snape
it's
is
just
in
a
it.
it's just a dope movie. So like if it's a Christmas movie to you, then that's the end of the conversation.
Dude, Christmas is right here, bro.
It's in
Like
the heart.
nobody can tell you what's in there.
That's what I'm saying. It's just such a dumb. I don't mean to say that your question is dumb, but it's like to say it's not is just a weird stance for me.
Like is Chamber of Secrets a Christmas movie? No, but yeah.
Is it also kind of a Halloween movie? Or I think that's more Sorcerer's Stone has that lengthy Halloween segment with the troll and everything.
Mm-hmm. They're all
Um,
witches and stuff.
6 Feet Down South says, I just came across your channel. Love your takes on the films and you're cleaning the crap off your shelf vids. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would have been a good name for that series.
Yeah. I never really wanted to be like a total physical media channel, like through and through. So I decided that if I was gonna kind of make videos like that I would want to do it differently. And kind of maybe focus on getting rid of shit rather than because there's so many haul videos of like got this haul from this sale that happened. Check out all the titles I got. Like I like videos where I'm like, yo, look at all these movies that I'm fucking don't want anymore. I think that's and
Antsy hole.
yeah, people seem to like those. I don't know how many more of them I'll do. I think in the next, the new year, we're going to be doing some restructuring because the channel's kind of scattered right now. It's a lot of different kinds of shit. And like some of it works and some of it doesn't. And some of it's not as rewarding to make. So I'm going to be reevaluating a little bit, but I'm really glad you enjoyed those, man. I don't celebrate Christmas, but I like Dari, and that's totally fair. Like it doesn't even have to be a Christmas, like it doesn't have to be the lens you look at it through. Like if it's first and foremost an action movie for you, that's dope. And if you think of it, the first thing you associate it with is a Christmas, like that's also fine. Like it doesn't really, it's kind of cool that it can be that many different things for different people. So anyway, guys, we're gonna take it down here. We're coming up on 2.5 hours. Flew by. Absolutely flew by. I need some water. I burned through my chocolate. I chugged this Dr. Pepper and I'm fucking parched, dude.
Dude, I was struggling with that cookie I was trying to hold it together, but I was really struggling with that for a minute.
Dude, you were dying. You were absolutely dying.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're okay though.
Yeah, same.
All right, man. Well, that's gonna do it for us, guys. Thanks again, everybody, for watching.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.
Appreciate seeing all the new faces in the chat. I can't really
I think
I don't think I've seen you guys before. So if you've been here before, forgive me. But anyway, thanks for being here, guys. Go watch some Christmas movies. Yeah. Take care and watch more movies.
Night, everybody.
I kind of